Hey guys, I have not sat down in front of the camera in like a video like this in a long time. Excuse the way I sound. I have been very under the weather this week, which is not like me. If you've been following along with me for a long time, you know that I very rarely get sick. And when I do, unfortunately, it hits me pretty hard. So I actually tried to film this video yesterday and it just wasn't happening. I'm still under the weather, but I feel a lot better today. So it's very early in the morning. The sun has just barely come up. It's about 7:20 in the morning if you're curious. Today is Friday, February the 2nd. I'm hoping to get this filmed and get it up today because like I said, I've been meaning to film this. But anyways, I just barely hit my 5-year mark since I started my YouTube channel. I didn't start regularly uploading until about maybe 3.5 to 4 years ago, but I actually created my YouTube account about just barely 5 years ago. And yeah, I started out, for those who don't know, doing mainly diaper bag and handbag reviews on my channel. I kind of wanted a creative outlet for myself when I was a new mom, and you know, I was just at a point in my life, you know, again as a new mom, where I just needed something just for me. So that's sort of how my YouTube journey began about 5 years ago. So since then, I've transitioned out of the handbag and diaper bag reviews because my son is now 6 years old. When I started YouTube, he was 1 year old, you know, just over 1 year old. So a lot has changed, and for those who have been there from day one, thank you. And you know all of the things that have changed in our life as far as moving from New York to here, South Carolina, when our son was 2. I think he was about 2.5 actually. And we originally moved out of New York because the cost of living there is very high. And we had gone from a 2-income family with no children to a 1-income family with 1 child. So that was a little bit tricky for us. And my husband, most of you guys know, works in construction. And the company he was working for before we moved was laying off in the winter everybody because the winters are very, very bad there. So that was a big issue for us because we weren't, you know, we had no income coming in the winter, and we had to drain our savings, and then it was kind of a constant cycle. So I have my hot tea here. I'm drinking a spearmint, like a mint tea, because my throat really hurts. Anyways, guys, I don't want to ramble too long. I'm just trying to kind of touch base a little bit on this storyline, if you will, for the people who, you know, there's a lot of people that have found my channel recently or semi-recently and wouldn't know any of this backstory. So pretty much in a nutshell, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys some news, which to me is big news because it affects, you know, my life and everything that's gonna be happening. We have decided, after almost 4 years of being in South Carolina, that we are going to sell our home here. We had this home built, and we are actually going to move back to New York, where we are from, in upstate New York. And some people, you know, might be confused and say, well, why would you go back there when you guys left there because it's expensive to live there? There are a lot of reasons, but the main one is our son is a special needs child. We did not know that when we moved here because he was 2 years old. Since moving here, he has gotten a diagnosis. He has been in therapy. He was also in therapy in New York for speech therapy when he was little. But again, we did not know to the extent of what his future held when we moved. And again, he was diagnosed here when we moved. He is an autistic child. And we have just found the past almost 4 years of living here that we really need family. And at first we thought we could make it work with, you know, my parents and my husband's parents, or my sister or my brother and friends from New York coming to visit. But unfortunately, it's just not enough for my son or my husband and I. We just need family on a more regular basis for many reasons. You know, another thing is our parents are all retirement age, and my husband and I's parents, you know, some of them work part-time, some work full-time, and again, all of them are retirement age. So when my mom was here just you know, a couple weeks ago, not even a couple weeks ago, it just kind of a light bulb kind of went off. And this move is not something we had been planning or talking about for a long time. It was we came to the decision very abruptly, less than a week ago. So it's not like we have known for months and months and we just didn't say anything. It just kind of dawned on us and we're rolling with it. So we just need and want family around, and to be able to be closer to our family. Again, our parents are getting older and they're not always going to be able to drive down or jump on a plane, you know, every couple months or 3 months. And we just want a more tight-knit family feel for our child, and for us too. So that is the main reason we are moving, mainly for the reason of Grady and us, and wanting to be closer to our family. There are a lot of things about here in the South that we don't like, but there also are really great things here. So as you guys know, there are pros and cons to everywhere that you will live. There are pros and cons to going back to New York. The main con being the cost of living. The home here that I'm in, we had built, we will not be able to have a home like this in New York for sure, because of the cost of living is so high. Having a home like this built, you know, back in New York would be double, actually more than double of what it cost here. And since we are a one-income family, that's just not going to be possible. Not to mention the taxes are substantially higher there, thousands a year higher, more than double, probably safe to say like 3 to 4 times the amount depending the area. So yes, it is definitely a huge con to go from living here in a brand new home that we built, that we love. It's very bittersweet because we love our home here. We wish we could physically pick it up and bring it with us, but it's just not the case. Our house is on the market here. We do not know, obviously, how long it will take to sell. We don't know if it'll be a week or 6 months or longer. You just never know with selling a home, as most of you guys probably know or can imagine. So the game plan is, when we sell our home here, to obviously move back to New York and move in with my parents until we find a home that is suitable for us to purchase. Most likely going to be a home that needs some work, which is fine because that's what my husband does for a living. And mainly because, you know, we need to find a home that's going to be more of like a home that needs fixing and upgrading, simply because of the cost of living there. Again, guys, to get a brand new house like this there would be double my house and then some, maybe closer to triple what my house here costs. So that's just not going to be an option right away out of the gate. So with that said, that's kind of the news. I tried to explain that the best way that I possibly could. So now I just want to show you kind of where we are in our, I guess, selling our home stages right now. We have a lot on our plate with the things that we need to do to make this transition smooth, as far as selling the house and moving. A lot of decluttering and like a little home staging and all of that. So I'm going to show you some stuff that kind of related to that, if you will. But I hope you guys are all having a great week. I'm sorry I couldn't update you sooner. I was originally planning to film this like Tuesday, and it's now Friday, but I just, between my son being sick and then I'm not feeling well, this is the earliest that I could do. I will have a grocery haul up tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, so you'll get a video today because I'm going to put this up today on Friday. And then I'm going to have my grocery haul up on Saturday with my meal plan. As far as videos go, I'm just going to continue to try to do the best that I can to get at least 3 videos up a week. But once we sell the home here and go under contract, and things start getting really crazy as far as the packing and figuring out how we're gonna get from point A to point B with our whole house kind of thing, obviously I'll keep you updated as we go. But as of now, I can't see really too much of an interruption in, you know, 3-ish videos a week. And then maybe once things get a little bit crazy, I know you guys will understand, it'll drop down, and then there might be a period where I'm not making videos, you know, during the actual move. But I know you guys are awesome and understanding. You always have been with everything I've gone through here on my channel. So anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and show you guys the things we need to work on. And I will see you very soon. All right, so the garage is going to become a disaster this weekend. Normally we keep it fairly tidy in here, but we had to take down any remnants of Christmas and then put this all away. We actually keep a lot of storage things in our garage like this because we don't have basements here in the South. So anything like Christmassy will go away this weekend because we want our garage to look really, really nice for showings. We have started to declutter Grady's toys and play nook. So these are some of the many things that we need to go through and separate into like individual sets, and then bring to a Once Upon a Child, which if you don't know what that is, it's like a children's consignment store that buys all different, you know, toys and games. So that's going to be a project. These are huge bins separating all of that, and there's much more to go. So right now we're kind of like things like all this stuff here, we're gonna either sell it, donate it, give it away. That water table's going, he's had that since he was like 2. It's way too small. So like things, again, pretty much everything here minus the bike, we'll again donate, sell, give away, that kind of thing. So that's kind of the start of the chaos that is going to be my garage. This is all going to be full, and then we'll get rid of it. So that's what's going on in the garage. All right, so in my living room, this table here had a ton of Legos on it, a ton of Grady's Lego sets. If you follow me on Snapchat, you know what I'm talking about. But we got all those Lego sets upstairs, which I'll show you in a minute. So this weekend, I have to pull down all my decor bins in the garage so I can decorate this table. Obviously, that's a little toy. We got rid of all the toys that were here, and they're all upstairs in the nook now. Again, mainly, pretty much only for home staging purposes. So that little minion game will go back upstairs, and then I'm going to decorate this very simply. Decorate the bottom, maybe, or just leave it empty for the purpose, again, of home staging. These pictures here are all going to be gone. A really good tip I can give you, because I used to do home staging and I have sold a home previously, is you want to depersonalize your home. So you don't want an open house where people come and they're staring at pictures of you and your kids and your family. Unfortunately, you know, that's just the reality of selling a home. You want people to walk into your home and be able to picture themselves there. So you want to depersonalize. So all of these will come down, and I will replace these with just neutral, non-family pictures. So when you walk in, because these are large, it's always hard to tell on camera, but these are large pictures. I think that's like a 20 by 24, 16 by 20 or something. So I'm going to replace those with neutral, non-family pictures. And then in here, that's pretty much all we need, besides, again, just decorating that. And just, I already like my home decluttered anyways. So pretty much just keep everything clean. I already have this, just a few simple things. I just want everything really, really simple. Alright, so outside I took down my winter wreath. I just wanted it to be kind of neutral. I took down my little tree that I had here. So I pretty much have the front porch kind of naked, but I do have this mat. I had a little Christmassy mat before this one, but I have this one. It's from a company called Matsy. I will leave their information down below. They have all different really fun and kind of, some are naughty, some are kind of funny, some are just cute and uplifting, but I chose this one. It says choose happiness because I thought it was a really good message for showings and open houses, for people to see this at the front door and then walk through the door. I just thought it was a really good message. So again, I'll leave the information for this down below. And then it's too cold right now for plants and stuff, so it's pretty neutral out here as far as not being holiday or wintry, and I think I'm going to leave the door bare without a wreath. Alright guys, upstairs here in the nook, we a lot of the stuff that was in the garage was up here, and it was very chaotic. This weekend we still have to go through all of this, not that, that's all stuff that he's keeping. We have to go through all of this, all of that, pretty much everything but that shelf, and decide again, donate, toss it, sell it, that kind of thing. I gotta sell this rug. This is a Pottery Barn Kids rug, but it's very old. We've had this for, gosh, over 5 years. No, about 5 years, I think, since Grady was about 1. But it's just too kiddish. Now we're gonna keep it in here for the purpose of the staging, to show that it's like a good little play, you know, nook area. But really, we're just gonna clean everything up. Excuse my voice, I sound terrible and my throat is killing me. But that is kind of where we are. I have the guest bed made up nice. I have to make Grady's bed up and just keep the house in tip-top shape, because we could have showings anytime, and I believe we're gonna have our first open house not this weekend but next weekend. So anyways, I will keep you guys posted on everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and start getting this video edited and get it up. But I will see you guys very soon, and remember, there will be a grocery haul up.